Guru, Guru, Vahe Guru, Guru, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Guru. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. You all have travelled, you have come from many lands. You have come here to be here because you believe, because you have faith, because you have a curiosity, because you have understanding, because you are very loyal, divine and faithful, or because you are crazy. It doesn't matter. The very fact is, something has called you here. What is here? Is the longitude and latitude of this land. There's a longitude and latitude and there is a space. In this longitude and latitude and in this space, this is a place where you have come. That's a fact. That is undeniable fact that some force within you and around you and for you has brought you over here. That's a fact. Then when you came here, you surprisingly find something very unique. Here Shabad Guru presides. You have found no man. There was not a person you came to see. You came here to see the exalted word of God, and you want to hear and you understand so that you can exalt yourself. I'm not asking you that you are perfect, because I have gone through perfection and imperfection. It doesn't matter. If you are perfect, you are useless. If you are imperfect, you are useless. Because this planet Earth belongs to God and His will prevails, not yours. One ray cannot give all the heat and light of the sun. But without rays, sun is not sun. So the dimension of the planet and its magnetic field and its latitude and its altitude and its altimeter, all three are blessed into one thing, that you are a human. In your life, you will face only three things. There's not a fourth thing you can find you will ever face. The fourth thing you will face is death. And first thing you have faced is your birth. Between birth and death, you will face three things: karma, parma, and dharma. Karma means action and reaction. You would like to create action, and every action will have a reaction, and you have to face the reaction. The problem with you is that you want only action and you want result. Impossible. That's not the way of life. Every action, how religious, how great, how wonderful and grandeur it may be, will have reaction. President Bill Clinton, our yuppie president, tried to become a president, and everybody put him in the White House. That was action. The result was he was president, whatever he says should happen. Now as a president, what he says, nothing happens. There's a reaction. But now it is the test of his self whether he is a president or not. That is dharma. Lot of people doubt he may not. Lot of people believe he may. So doubt is as good a part of life as that of action. Param, doubt, is as good a part of life. Because without doubt, without param, your action and reaction will not test you with your dharam, with your dignity, your integrity, your faith, with your identity. You will never find God in experience if you will not conquer your own doubt. When you will conquer your own doubt, only then you will understand that you have realized that this planet, its creation, its destruction, its going and coming belongs to Vaheguru, Mahakal Vaheguru. It will never be understood by you. You can have, as I have a lot of degrees. You take mine, they're surplus. Have them. Degrees won't work. Knowledge, I got it all. It didn't work. Yogic powers, I practiced them. I'm not willing to deny that. Didn't work. It gives you popularity. People appreciate you. You feel supernatural. People feel you are great. Is that people feel great is satisfying? If you don't feel you are great? And if you have not found the great who has created all this universe, and if your balance is not created within you, that there is a dharma. And you know what dharma is? When any time, any temptation, any respect, any insult, any tragedy, any calamity, any gift, any virtue comes to you, you are only you at that time and nothing else. That's the beginning of a Sikh dharma. When all comes to you or nothing comes to you, if all comes to you, you don't get inflated. If nothing comes to you, you don't get depressed. Now, how to achieve that? This you cannot achieve by following a pathway. You can achieve if you go to each word said by the Guru in the Sri Guru Granth. And Sri Guru Granth is a very wonderful Guru. There are 5 words: Gur, Guru, Satguru, Sri Guru and Vaheguru. Vayanti Karanti Jagatpati Tavaha Brahma De Tesha Guru to Vaheguru. Vaheguru is a mantra of the 3 Tresha Gurus, one who creates, one who organizes, and one who destroys. So Vaheguru is your Guru Mantra. So what we can tell you? If I tell you you should learn something, it is totally an absolute ridiculous thing to say. Sri Guru Granth is your Guru. And true Satguru, Khalsa Mera Satguru Pura, that you are. But still you are miserable. That's the part of the beauty of the life. Why? How great you may become, how wondrous you may become, you will be challenged. And humans do not like challenge. That's the tragedy of the human. Your weakness is not you. Your weakness is not your environments. Your weakness is not your downfall and your upgrading. Your weakness is you are scared, afraid of challenge. And Parama, the doubt, makes you more weak. If challenge comes to you, then you learn the language of a Sikh. Just the simple language. I have learned it all my life in the childhood. I never forget. And I like to repeat that to you. Honi naal jo lande matha, सिख खावन सोई कई वार हस हस के रोनी अंतरु मुड़ मुड़ रोई. Those who face calamity face to face are called Sikhs. Many times the calamity has won and laughed, but in the end it has cried in defeat. Because you must not understand something. You think you are corrupt. Sometime I feel I am corrupt. And I feel wonderfully I am very corrupt because I am Sri Singh Sahib, so I should be big corrupt. If you are small corrupt, I should be big corrupt. What's wrong to be corrupt? I am corrupt, you are corrupt. I am big corrupt, you are little corrupt. Then I have big God, you have little God. You don't understand balance. Just feeling you are corrupt and feeling dipped into that you are corrupt and losing everything is making you to lose. Feel the other side of the coin. There are always two sides to everything. You are feeling depressed, you are feeling depressed. I feel depressed. And I have more reason to feel depressed. There are a lot of things to feel depressed. And there are a lot of people who may want to make me feel depressed. Not only me feel depressed, there is a whole world who wants me to feel depressed. On the other side, I also know Sri Singh Sahib is never depressed. So when you serve the institution, and when you serve, then the master take care of it. When you serve this planet, the karma of this planet, then your dharma is to serve, then God shall come through. Will never abandon you. I am going to be 64. My life is a simple personal history. You can only write it. If you ever want to make a picture of mine, you can only take the peanut shell. It looks like a scab, right? And with those scab, if you make a picture, that is my life, day to day. It has more treacheries, more betrayals, more insult, more stabs you can account for. All this glory, sometimes you look, is not mine. First time I landed in Canada, I used to sing, one day the glory shall come, when all it shall be thine. People shall say it is yours, I shall deny not mine. And I say the same thing today. I have children, I have no children. I have relatives, I have no relatives. I have students, I have no students. I am a great man, I am no great man. Because how can you be anything or everything when you do not understand you are a servant? You serve a mission. Every man has a mission. You all have a mission. Bad person has a bad mission, a good bad mission. That's a mission. Mission does not qualify good and bad. Mission is a mission. Every man has a mission. Mission has a magnitude. And you need manners and attitude to complete that. That's your karma. And that is your dharma. And which will totally take you away from it will be parama, that's the doubt. No person sitting here or anywhere in the world is going to suffer if they understand that there is no place for doubt in their life. Doubt not, my friend, you will lose the bout of life. And doubt doesn't go, my friend, without Guru's grace. Je so chanda ugwa, suraj chade hazar, itte chanan hundeya, Guru bin Gurdwara. If there are hundreds of moons and thousands of suns without Guru, there is a darkness. Why? Now in our Sikh Dharma there are Mukhya Singh Sahib, members of the Khalsa family, you have come all along the 20 years, 25 years. America started this evolution, or revolution you call it. 20 million Americans revolted. And we are the outcome, one outcome of it. It's not a small situation. Don't think there was not a huge sacrifice to build it. Now, a Mukhya Singh Sahib has a dharma. If he has a parma doubt, he is no Mukhya Singh Sahib. Singh Sahib has a dharma. If he doesn't, parents, you have a dharma. If you don't do your dharma, you are no parents. Look, your children are falling apart. Why? Your ego. You want to make your children not what their destiny is. You are so gone away from the basic knowledge, you can't even understand your own child destiny, his trends, his feelings, his growth. You have failed to teach your own child. Now you're suffering. You're blaming others, you're finding on others. I never knew that this country doesn't know how to be a human. That day I had a personal tragedy and my diaphragm got locked. And as a yogi, I knew it, I tried, it worked out. I saved myself. Then I started teaching in the morning class and I found out there are people in the class who have never developed their 18th muscle in the body. So I gave them certain classes and they couldn't balance. I fell on my face. Married people, children, family, well-to-do. Some are very trained. Some are trained officers of this call security, balance certified. Ask them to balance, they were falling apart like flies. If your body is not in your control, your mind is not your control, your spirit is not your control, how are you going to face the challenge of time and space? And you think your relatives and your boundaries and your household and your position and your everything, that is going to come through for you? You're wrong. God is alone. Is that true? He cannot produce another God. Isn't that true? You are alone. And you cannot produce anything like you also. Only you can produce is your own spirit, your own glow. Let your presence speak. One day, this dharma will continue. There will be a search for a leader. And many will claim, as this is the history of Sikh Dharma, 22 sat down and said, we are perfect Guru. And the one who was perfect, nobody even bothered. Finally, the time and circumstances made him to be here. That is the history of Guru Tegh Bahadur. That is big deal. I am talking of a daily situation. You are human. And your spirit is challenging you every day. You are enemy of your soul. Soul said, show me. Let me shine through you. Let me be bright and beautiful. Let me come out. And you say, no, no, my intelligence is better than you. Soul, shut up. Shut up, my soul. My intelligence is better. I can reason it out. I can logic it. My soul, you have no right because you can't speak. You live off it and it can't speak. Just understand the injustice. You live by your soul. The moment your soul leaves you, you are dead body. And you always tell your spirit, your soul, not to shine. And then it's most wonderful. You quote Aristotle, May, Shakespeare, everything. That as you are nothing. How many of you have open heart to speak and say, in my heart I feel this? In my head I understand this. Aren't you not made in God? Are you less than anything which God has created? Are you telling me that God discriminates? Are you willing to believe that God made me special and not you? No. You have virtues, I have virtues, you have failures, I have failure. That is dharma. You know what is the Sikh dharma? When somebody is failing and failed and failed and failed, if you are just a Sikh of dharma, you hug and hug and hug and hug and make it alive. That is dharma. When everything is in destruction and there's no hope and reflection, at that time you rise to the occasion. That is dharma. And this is going to be dharma of age of Puri is 960 million you shall be. And those people will learn from the word of the Satguru, the true Guru, the Sri Guru Granth. And they will serve humanity. And nobody shall be in a position to even understand how these Sikhs of the Guru does not know negativity. Because the definition of Nanak is no, say no when you have to say no, that is Nanak. You have money, you have power, you have position, you have intelligence, you have logic, you are reasonable. What are you going to do with all that? Make a pickle out of it? These are boundaries, my friend. These are binding boundaries. I'm not suggesting you should not be rich. You should be rich but not stupid. You should have logic but not egomaniac. You should have intelligence but not boasting. There are two sides to everything. If you have one side and you do not balance it with the other side, you will be a failure. You have a car, you should not make an accident with it. Car gives you capacity to go 50, 60 miles, but also it gives you capacity to kill you instantly. Walking 4 miles, if you hit a tree, you are not going to die. But going 70 miles, you hit a tree, you are not going to live. Therefore, you have an air balloon and all that precautions, because you are not trusted by the manufacturer of the car. God gave you dharma because God doesn't trust you with your intelligence, your logic, with your reason, with your money and with your achievement and your success. Because God knew that you may forget Him. Therefore God gave you a precaution. He creates duality, so you may be challenged all the time. I have the privilege to walk with all kinds of holy men, all men of discipline. And I have the privilege to work with the underworld. I have a wonderful time to be a prosecutor and to doing intelligence and doing all kind of earthly things. I used to be very upset. Why every 3, 4, 5 years they change my department to train me what? I learned. It's always the same thing. The life is a challenge. You know how sophisticated challenge it is? You breathe in, it is a challenge. And suppose you can't breathe in. And breathe out is a challenge. And you know how doubtful you can be whether the second breath you can take or not. They call it Adami, one breath individual. You don't believe that? You may be very happy to see me sometime passing and people bowing to me. You know what that means in your language? That they are paying me respect. Is that true? Isn't it true? You know what is in that my language? This man's, if he is not taken care of and he cannot elevate it and rise by God and Guru Ram Das, then I have failed. No, there are two different languages. Your language is that the man is respecting me, right? That's how it looks. To me, if that man doesn't get 10 times better than me, then I have failed. Now, how many failures you can take in a day? It's a matter of understanding. And that's how you should understand. If a man brings me a gift, whatever it is, I put on the altar and the whole night I say one thing. Guru Ram Das, it has come in your name. This man has spent money in faith. If you do not give him grace, you are failing and I am going along with it. Help with this situation, please do help. To me it is a SOS situation, it's not I got a gift. Then what? There is no gift for which there are no thanks. There is no reality for which there is no non-reality. Non-reality holds the reality. It is you and you alone. God made you. Somebody was telling me that day, your son is very negative to you. He hates you. Now he is going to hate you as a teacher. I said, thank God. Now he's really learning. Why? I said, now he's hating me as a teacher. Now he will learn when his student will hate me as a teacher, how it goes. Now he's learning the science and pain of hate. It came to him too easy. Let his mind guide him to the hatred. Hatred is not bad. Hatred is the other side of the love. When you cannot love, you have to hate. When you cannot deliver, you have to destroy. When you cannot be, you got not to be. This age of Aquarius have a different religion than the religion you have practiced from the last 5,000 years. Past won't work. Philosophies won't deliver. Assurances will not deliver. Men won't deliver. Institutions won't deliver. Nothing will deliver you to you. You will learn the science to deliver yourself to you first and come out and serve others. That is the dharma. First you have to fill a glass of your life and quench your thirst and find in that glass the water is full. Then you have to go and quench the thirst of others. How an empty person can go to somebody and say, here's a water? Can you hypnotically tell the person, here is a glass full of water hypnotically understand, now you are drinking this water and now your thirst is quenched, now you are fulfilled, now your lips are all moist, you are beautiful. He'll wake up and slap your face. And that is what the life of a preacher is. To imagine it, because you have three personalities, you have individual real personality, you have working personality, and then you have this fantasy. When the fantasy and the working personality join together, man destroys himself. When the fantasy and original personality join together, man becomes God. Because fantasy has no limit. Reality cannot proceed beyond 1 millimeter what the facts are. In between is the working personality, the personality of doubt. Am I real? I am not. Am I not real? I am not. Am I speaking? Yes. Am I speaking? No. Because the purpose here is not me. I have not come here to establish me. If I come to establish me, then I have already failed for coming here. Have I come to establish you? No. You are already established. I have come here to acknowledge you and your establishment. And I have come here to tell you that it can be better. And it can be better not by me, not by you, but finding you within you, which you are not willing to hear. Majority of the people will hope Sri Singh Sahib will give them everything. Majority of the people hope Sri Singh Sahib is a great man. Many of the people hold he's a con man. So great man has an equal opposite of a con man. He's a right man, he's a wrong man. He's a wonderful man, he's an idiot. It will continue. It shall never stop. It will only stop when you will find you within you and you will understand what you is. Then you will understand what me is. Don't you understand a simple thing? You have been misled by 2,000 years. You have been always asked to hope somebody is going to deliver you. No, my sons and daughters, that's not true. You have to deliver yourself. Nobody is going to deliver you. Nobody can. If you can be delivered by somebody, then God has not created you, then somebody has created you. Not to identify that you are creation of God is against the very fundamental word of Nanak, Ek Onkar. The one created the universe, bad and good as it is. It can only be served. It cannot be conquered. Nobody shall conquer the universe of God, and nobody shall lead the universe and humanity of God. And nobody is virtuous enough to rule the mankind. It is only God and people of God who shall serve. And those who will learn this will be called Sikhs. Others shall go. There's no place of the house of Aquarius, of the egomaniacs. Those who are competing with God has no place in the house of God. This is God's word. And Guru is telling you, Ek Onkar Satnam. And every identity is true. Karta Purukh, God does everything. Nirpaur Nirvair, fearless, and he has no vengeance. Akal Murat, his existence is as that he is. That is they call the glow, the aura. Oh, he has the face of an angel. When people say he has a face of angel, I laugh, because angels worship for the physical body. Angels need this physical body which you got. And you worship angels? For what? Because you got and they didn't? You are still waiting, a Messiah is going to come. Are you not the Messiahs? Have you not come? You're waiting to rise one day from your grave and be delivered? You couldn't deliver yourself when you are alive. How can you deliver yourself from the graveyard? Tell me. Are you joking? You don't have the capacity to remove that stone. How are you going to get up? You mean you get up from the grave and open up the grave and all that cement and stone and then you come out? How many stories you can believe? Why don't you believe in a very simple thing that God made you as you, good and bad, don't discuss that. God made you as you, right? And you have action and reaction, karma, and you have a duty to fulfill, dharma, and you have doubt whether you can or not, that is parma. And then you just understand, in case of doubt, you see Angsang Vaheguru, God is with you, you will get through. And if you cannot learn the simple trick, what more you can learn? You are 10 trillion cells, 30 trillion living cells, and X and X and X. Why don't you understand God is with you? Why you are finding God? You have not come here to find God, wisdom and redemption. You have come here to be with God as you are. You have come here to celebrate your existence. You have come here to celebrate your piety and purity. You have come here to celebrate your power that you could come here. You have come here to celebrate your victory. You made it to this land which at the time of the drought of 42 years, when the entire mankind shifted to Mexico, this place was the temple of those people. And at this spot are those stones where there's the prophecy that you leave. It is the same land where these Hopi Indians came and said, white warriors have come now, they must learn art of healing. This is the same land. Longitude and latitude of place do not change their karma and do not change their dharma. This land was a private land. And one day we were looking for a land, and there were many real estate people sitting in the living room, and I asked them, tomorrow which way we'll have to go? And they told me all that side. I come into the living room, there was a young girl sitting. I say, hey child, tell me which way is my land which I have to get. He said, this way. Now, where is the logic? Where is the reason? So I say, what child says, we are going to follow. Let's go. We came on this road. Nobody ever knew it. There's still that tree, I understand, where our car got stuck. We couldn't move. Because the tree in that car which he was bringing got flattened out and stopped the road. So we stopped, he stopped. He said, what's happening? I'm bringing a tree from the forest. He said, what do you do here? He said, I have my land here. I said, what do you mean your land? This is the forest. He said, I'm the only one who has one parcel of land. He said, you want to sell it? He said, you want to buy it? I said, okay. He said, so it is yours. We'll negotiate. The rest is a long story. Then we came here, there was no water. And I said to that man who was to dug water, how can centuries ago people lived here and had a temple and they had a water and we're not going to have water? So we brought those people with that wood, you know, those things, I don't know what they do. They charge about $300. It cost us about $1,000. They all came with those sticks and nobody found water. I got it actually desperate and tired. And this man said, where is the water? I said, right between my 2 feet, make a hole. He says, you are sure there's no water or water? I said, none of your business. You dig right here, put a stick here and go down. And if at 800 feet water won't come, I'll pay you $20 a foot. If before that comes, then I'll pay you $10 going rate, right? He said, deal is deal. Up to 750 feet, folks, we had nothing but a dry sand, absolutely no sign there is a moisture. He called me and he said, you lost money and I have lost business. But I'll get double, don't worry about it. I said, you are still to go 50 feet. After 10 feet there was more water than he could drink. There was water. And they wanted to find where that temple was. This was the only place where those old cut stones were available. We are sitting on this. And you think we are few people who we are talking so big. Just imagine when Lord Buddha walked out of his palace, how many people he had with him. Just feel when Jesus walked away from his place, how many people he had with him. Reality is not in the people, reality is in the heart of people. Reality in the love of people. And when love is limited, it's a poison. When love has condition, it's a destruction. Love is blind. It has no jurisdiction, no territory, no direction. It is a tsunami of the ocean. It's a twister of the heavens. It stops nowhere. When love is stopped, hatred starts. And only the diplomacy can keep you not expressing it. You have come here from all the lands. You will keep on coming here from all the lands for centuries to follow. This land has its karma and this land has its dharma to enrich you whenever you will come here. Because it has done it for centuries. It has a practice, it has a habit, it has blessings. It is the dwelling place of the souls, which are the guardian souls of this planet. Thousands of years the Hopi Indians have been coming here to celebrate their healing of their young, of their prosperity. And lo, look, after many thousand years now you come, as you, as your children, as your divorced husbands, as your married husband, as to find your loves and your passion and to hate somebody and show off. You were together or you were separated. I see some mothers walking with their children where fathers have left them, and I've seen some fathers here where mothers have left them. It's a human history, it's a human trail, but it keeps coming. It's always there. And this trail will live, it will flourish, it will expand. This trail belongs to them who are not cold, whose heart has not become that of a stone, whose head has not become swollen that it can't hear the voice of the soul. This trail will belong to those who will do justice to themselves, who will listen to their soul against their mental and their spiritual passions, who will not be spiritually blind and fanatics, and who will not be lousy and lazy enough to walk. This trail will belong to those who, with all their power and their weakness, will serve others. And I promise you, those who shall serve others with all their weakness and strength, the Almighty God has no power but to serve them. And that's the only way. Your power is not in your power and weakness, in your show and your capacity, in your titles and your achievements, in your money and in your playing games. Your power is in going down to uplift. And those who uplift others, God shall uplift them. Because it is God's will to uplift everybody. And when you substitute God, He will not let you fall. And that is Sikh Dharma. In last few years, not having a good health, I have seen a lot of changes in hearts, in heads, and in faces. It's a good thing to go through this. It doesn't matter. When I came, you taught me how to be a teacher. Actually, that's true. You fought with me. It took me 7 years to make you wear a bra. Don't forget that. I used to carry in bag the underwears because you never do. Why to wear it? I'm in my birth suit. No. Just we have to sit and talk. You put it on, then you can give it to me back. You talk of moral and ethic today. You talk of manners and attitude and things today. I have seen you at that time, you didn't know who you were. I gave you Satnam and you gave me the names which I cannot say it because this happens to be holy congregation. You try to put that white powder in my every braid so that I can go high, and I try to make you go high. We had a war here. And last 25 years we fought. My job was to give you faith and grace so that you can win. And I taught you one thing. If you believe that strength belongs to God, then also please believe weakness belongs to God too. And then leave it to God. Kartan, roz padhte ho, daily you read in Anand Sahib, Kartan tere sab kuch hai jis dev so paave. God in your house is everything, only you give who you want to give. Then let Him give what He gives. Let him not give, let him go on vacation. You know, I made a deal with God that day. It was very terrible and doctor couldn't find the answer and all that. And I one day started laughing in the chair. Ka 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 ka. I just laughed a lot. I said, then I won't do anything. Hallelujah. And I said, you remember Guru Ram Das, if you don't take care of me within hours, and this burning is not to go, I'm going to go surfing. Take it or leave it. Because humanly what could be done has been done, and there's no way. Neither Malanta works, not that pink thing works, not tablet works, not medicine works, not doctors works, not hospital works. I said, what is this joke? Summer Shastra is coming, then I won't work. Then within the hour, everything started working. You need God, God needs you too. You need God, that you remember. God needs you, that you forget. That's the tragedy. You have no relationship. You have a relationship with everybody. You love and kiss and hug and feel and understand. You have no relationship who created you. He without you does not have any existence. There is no God if you are not there. And He's everywhere and you are somewhere and you don't even feel it. Is that real? Do you feel God made you? Is that true? And do you then believe that He has abandoned you? And you understand He won't come through? Arey, don't you read khwar hoye sab milenge bache sharan jo hai? Everybody has to go betray, abandoned and walk away. And everybody has to come and join, be so. This is the age of Aquarius. Nurturer, water carrier, his water never stops. Like Guru Amar Das, the water carrier, 12 years. He carried the water for his master. Amar Das was the Guru of Guru Ram Das. The time has nurtured you to this. Miracle will nurture you to the power when the pain of death will not be, and you can sit on a hot plate and laugh at the face of the death. Then you will experience what Akal Murti means. It is the ages of the stages and the stages of the ages which man experiences. We are all pioneers in the age of Aquarius. No man can give a man other than love. No man can give a man other than hope. No man can give a man but service. The only thing you can act like a forklift, go into the dirt and lift the other person and put upon the rail so he can proceed. And you will ask me that question, if I start doing all the time, what will happen to me? Then the big forklift will come called God, and he will go into the dirt and lift you up. Isn't that a better deal? But you have a doubt, and you'll say, if he wouldn't come, then hell with him. That God cannot tolerate. You have an ego, God gave you ego, He has a big ego. When you lay the number on Him, He shall come. That is God. रूख रुआन की रोजी न टारे You get angry with him, you get negative to him, you get everything to him, he never leaves you. And that is unsung Vaheguru. Guru Gobind Singh says in very few words, रोगन ते और सोगन ते जल जोगन ते बहु भांत बचाव है सत्तर अनेक चलावत गाओ तौ तो अनेक न लागन पाव है राखत है अपनों कर देकर पाप समूह न भेटन पावे और की बात कहाँ कहूँ तुस सो पेट के पट बीच बचाव. He says save you from disease, sickness, troubles all the time because they come to you anyway. And many enemies try to attack you secretly and openly, he saves you. सत्रो नेक चलावत गाओ तो नेक ना प्यावत रावे राकत है अपनों कर दे कर पाप समूह ना भेटन पावे. He puts his hand between you and the bad deed so that you can have an escape. What I can tell you, young man, he says, he saves you in the very womb of the mother when you never have anything to do. और की बात कहाँ कहूँ तो उससे? What should I tell you of anything else? He saved you in the belly of the mother. So basically, I like to end this. If Vaheguru Kaur and Sat Nirmal Kaur and these two, all these ladies come here, join me now. We will now chant the Mahakal mantra, the mantra of the age of Aquarius. Shall I? Oh, hello. You are in town? Wow, look at your dress. Fantastic. Come on, all of you, another who can sing Mahakal mantra. Come on, quick. And all of you please sing with me and then we'll end it. Okay? Sri Karam? Are all these singers, local and foreign? Come here. Those who think God gave them throat to sing once a while and they can juggle few words are needed here. We're going to make a big blast. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, Italians have joined, that's good. That sounds right. Chal Vaheguru Kaur, start.
City, city of home, city of home.
Come on everybody, back and front and everybody together. Let us become one spirit, okay? It should not be we are speaking, you are not speaking. Same time, 1, 2, 3, go.
City, city of home, city of home, Mahakal Satnam.
are only words. These words have the power. When you face death, you will conquer it. This is Mahakal mantra. This is the mantra of the age of Aquarius. You have not only to remember it, you have to perfect it. It will give you all the powers. There are 108 elements. There are 3 gunas and 5 tattvas. You have 7 chakras and your existence has identity and non-identity. Your identity makes you afraid of non-identities. And you call non-identities as soul, ghosts, God knows what, other people. Even your best friend, you want to know what is inside. You don't know. You don't have to know. When you perfect this mantra, there's nothing you will not know. And there shall be nothing you want to know. You shall die at your will, and that shall be God's will. We have joined here now to recite it. You can copy the sound. It will create a combination between your upper palate and your tongue. And it will create the hypothalamus into a combination which control care of your automatics. So once this mantra is with you, then your automatics will be with you, automatically protecting you. You don't have to worry about it. These people have come here, there are many inside which have been good singers, they are singing everywhere. So we have all to try the same thing. Let us recite it with heart and head for a few minutes so we can understand and create the vibrations, so it all can be all prevalent and enrich our head, heart, soul and self. Phil.
Sat Sri Sri Akal, Sri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal Satyam, Ram Guru, Sat Sri Sri Akal, Sri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal Satyam, Ram Guru, Sat Sri Sri Akal, Sri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal
Here, Nam Deo Ringe Kyo, they said if you chant that for a few years, you will get all the wealth. Remember that? Then everybody came and laid their number, right? A lot of people got it, a lot of people got it because they had a faith. A lot of people got it because they understood it. A lot of people got it because they didn't understand anything. But everybody wants something. And we want something too. If the hand of God and the will of God and the Spirit of God has brought you, then it has also brought you the mantra. Because you can be the conqueror warrior. You are actually the fateh, the victory of the time. You remember in the 60s we started doing this? We never knew what it meant. Wherever I used to go, they used to see me like this, in a car. Now in car they raise two kinds of fingers. But in those days, those other kind of finger was not the finger. Always this was the signal, right? That means victory unto thee. And one day I sat down and understand it. What they are saying is Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. They are saying victory unto God. That's exactly it means. So I say it is in time. I mean, there are innocent things which were happening. Nobody was creating and calculating, and nobody was trying, and nobody was trying to impress and depress. Everybody was depressed. Government was depressed. People were depressed. That depression was different. Now there's a different depression. Now it is economic depression. Now we know we are bankrupt. Now it's a different depression. At that time we were spiritually bankrupt. Now we know we are monetary bankrupt. And if God bless, we do not understand this mantra, we will know that we are physically bankrupt. There will be such a deep depression. It will be worse than 24 years of no rain and melting of the northern cap. This wave will engulf this world, this land so fast. It will be like those that of the Indian saying, one day the great sun was eaten by the devil of the spirit. Dark as it was, hand could not find hand, friend could not find friend. And animals in anguish and anxiety tore their holds and ran away. There was nothing but darkness. Exactly. The now I talk to the age of Aquarius. The electromagnetic field shall become the current so feeble that it will eat up all that is what called the spell and the very impulsation of the man's life. Pranas will become so weak, and impulse will become so unworthy of its existence. Man in the inner being of itself call on the maker of self, is God. But itself will evaluate itself, and the sound of the man will create a mantra which shall eat all darkness, and the life shall shine again. And such men will walk on the land and lift up the spirit and lift up the spell of this death. In the cusps of 21 years, so the mankind can live and flourish as through the history it has lived again. Does it sound a good prophecy? Looks good. But when it happens, then you will understand it. Then you will not laugh about it. You will mock at me today like you mocked at Noah. Why is collecting the two as God told him? Why is building a boat when everything is fine? You always have mocked. Mockery is your religion. But in the end, reality always eats up the mockery. Let us chant this mantra as good and healthy we can. Let us all participate. If we cannot make it, let us fake it. All right? Go.
Sat Sri Sri Akal, Sri Akal, Akal, Sat
Fake it, fake it.
Sat Sri
us has taken a Akal Murat. We believe we are as God made us. That's all it's all about. It's not, don't make me understand because this, because that. Let's not go into the depth of it. Simple thing. I have a beard because God made me. I have hair. I got bald headed because He wants to take away from us a few years. That's all it is. Let's put it. But there are two more words. Ajuni Saibang. That's I want to explain to you today. Whatever time I have left on this earth, I like to let you know those two words. Ajuni means by itself. One doesn't come, one doesn't go. Ajuni. Saibang is by its own grace. I am mean exactly Saibang. Ajuni means deathlessness. Akal Murti we have reached somehow. Ajuni and Saibang we have to have in experience. This is a Mahakal mantra, Mahakal Kalka Radhi. And this is a Mahakal mantra of the father of this nation, Guru Gobind Singh. It's not secret anymore, it is open. Now, bullet is a bullet, right? You don't tell bullet, what's your name, what's your gauge, from which rifle you are come. Are you going to hit me in the left or right? Do you say so? Why you want to understand even the meaning? Why you know what it is? It's a passport to take you through the age of Aquarius, and especially these dreadful 21 years of the cusp. Simple as that. It has nothing to do with right and wrong, left and right, meaning and understanding, religion and non-religion, belief and not belief, trust and not trust. A hippie comes with an American passport at the airport, the officers look like that, he's square, he just, Where do you live? He said, what do you mean live? Where do you live? I live in the United States. Huh? Meanwhile, he talks something, where have you been? And put the passport through that computer. Finds it's everything okay. He says, okay, thank you, go, stamps, get in, what you can do? Passport is a passport. And some cars have passports, so they can tell the policeman is around, drive slowly. I was driven by a son of mine in a car, and I was driving. Immediately car started making noise. He says, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. It said with such a command. I looked around, it was in the corner, that little thing hanging. It talked. I told him, slow down. And we saw a police car on the other side of the road. It was not this side. That much distinction it couldn't make, but it did tell him, slow down. If that kind of parrots we have, then we should have very good thing. Sikh Dharma has its own time. This is a mantra, you can put in the tape in the car, it can sing for you. You know, your ego cannot sing anything. Yeah? First you don't have voice, second you don't know the music, third you know who the hell, what these words are, what this yogi is, what this thing, hachas, pachas going on. You know, you can do all that. But there's one thing, put the tape in. Keep going. All right, if you don't like it during the daytime, put it on at night. Then it'll work itself. Your subconscious will hear it. And once your unconscious grab it, you are God. Conscious won't work, subconscious may, unconscious shall. That are the folks' 3 stages. Now let us all try again. 1, 2, 3, go.
Sat Sri Sri Akal, Sri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal Satyam, Akal Guru, Vaheguru. Sat Sri Sri Akal, Sri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal.
coming age, right? Few songs about the 60s. Never. Come on, that's why I got you here. What for? You are still the same hippie as I am. Yeah, we are the people of love. No, you're talking of Gurbani's big difference. At that time, we never have even a Japji's gutka. Remember those days? We used to have some tree plants around our head. That's what our decoration. And once we found a gutka of Japji, and we used to have a marriage, we used to have a fire and go around and read Japji while walking. Remember those days? And then we started keeping the Japji. And you know, I have found something. 10 crores of people, millions of people in India, who are from the time of Guru Nanak, they do everything with that gutka even today. They're just like us. Forget about this big Sikhs, big Sikhs. There are big Sikhs here. They have already found God. I don't know what they're doing on this planet. I've never understood. They criticize everybody, they think everybody is not doing well, rules are not being obeyed. They're kind of policemen. I don't know who pays them. I call them big Sikhs. Bigfoot, like Bigfoot, big Sikhs. Have you met them? I meet them every day. They have such a mental problem, I can't overcome it. A Sikh has not learned that everything God is, and God belongs to everybody, and everybody belongs to God. There's no discussion about it. That's all you have to learn. Ek Onkar Satguru. Sri Guru Granth's mantra is Ek Onkar Satguru Prasad. One created all, and it is because of the Guru blessing that the way it is. So Sikh is a student who has a Guru, Shabd Guru, Sri Guru Granth, matter should end. Beyond that there's nothing to work. I was given to understand I'm going to face some yellow hairs and pink hairs and dark thing and right thing. Well, what is that which we have not seen in 60s? The only thing we used to go to the store and ask them to donate underwears and bras and blankets. What more you want to know? I have not seen. Why you are so shy of me? I have seen you in every aspect of life. Yes, like on my forks there is a little dirt, because it's gone deep. Now you are a nation. You are a spiritual, sovereign, Khalsa nation. Your purity and piety, how impure and unpious you are inside, outside, do the work. And this is what is going to happen whether you like it or not. So what do we used to sing back then?
We all come from one creator?
Yeah, let us sing that. Everybody.
From one creator, yeah. We all
Everybody, this one you know.
one creator, yeah. We all come from one creator, yeah. We all come from one creator. It doesn't really matter whether you belong, how short your hair is, or even how long. We all come from one creator, yeah. We all come from one creator, yeah. We all come from one creator, yeah. We all come from one creator. It doesn't matter if you love me or if you hate me, that's fine. God's love is infinite, it surrounds us all the time. We all come from one creator, yeah. We all come from one creator.
very good when we were hippies, and we were young, and we were light, delightful and bright. We were searching God. And this search of God led us to many corners. And we lost 19 million brothers and sisters in silence. That was the greatest silence of this planet Earth. That much humanity in silence sacrificed itself without uttering one word of sorrow, grief, complaint. But it also created something most beautiful thing. It created a Woodstock nation. And one day, thousands and thousands of us in an open meadow sat down and declared war on hypocrisy, untruth, lies. And then we started protesting everywhere. We asked the mankind to come with us. Actually, we asked the mankind to leave something for the future, that we were the children of the future. And we saw a huge destruction happening. The greed and the exploitation under the name of religion and the government and the law was eating up America. The Mother Earth cried, and the children rose to his voice, and they protested. In that era, there came some people from the East, like those three who walked in to find the Christ. The United States was in a very great crisis. So many people came across the shore. They started asking, giving hope, comfort, encouraging, relaxing, and using different techniques. And we made our own songs, and we made our own history. It's the most wonderful 25 years history of the mankind, which shall be recorded and which shall be known to the mankind. And those who will serve this past and serve the future shall feel liberated by their own virtue. This is the blessing, a bountiful blessing, and the beauty of it is today. So we sang this song, and then one day we will walk here on our heels according to the old legend of the Hopis, and with the beat of the drum there will be a song sung which call on all the words of the religion. And it will look like, we all will look so phony, that Jehovah is Yah, Hallelujah is Ha, La ilaha is La, and Rama is Ra, and Satnama is Sa. With one word, all are hanging with basket, give me your money. That's all it is. It doesn't make any difference to me anymore. A man of religion, and religion has compromised with men. And Guru Nanak said one thing very wonderful to Bhagandar Nath. He said, Bhagandar Nath, Teri maa kuchajji jai. Your mother was unmannerful. And then he said, you didn't wash your mind and all that to learn this. What? Jini tu updesya tini ke kar mangan jai. Whom you are going to teach? You are going to their house to beg from them? Religion begs money from people whom it is going to give reality. I have talked to all religious people. They tell me one thing. What should we do? What the word they use? You remember that word they use? What was that one word I was very irritated with? Remember in that meeting in Washington? Which means territory. Huh? Turf. I didn't understand sitting at the meaning what word turf means. And this is a matter of turf. I say, I've invited you all, I've served you a cup of tea, we want to sit it up. Anything else? I said, no. I was in Washington. I'm a religious man, so I call all the religious men, I'm serving you a cup of tea. What are you afraid of? They said, turf. So I took one bishop on the side and said, hey, could you kindly tell me what they are discussing, this turf? He said, they're all afraid of you. You took away their children, you put turban on their head, you have started a new thing. I said, that is turf. He said, yeah, now in their basket, there will be no money. All the people have gone to you will give the money to you, not to them. That's called turf. I said, what about my corporation? What I work? I give money, I don't take money. He said, they don't understand. I said, they don't understand what Guru Nanak said. Kaal khaye kuch achon de, Nanak sach pachane se. He work hard and then he gives. That is Nanak only know the truth. I say, I'm not living on turf. He said, well, you look yogi. If you are not looking on turf, they are. They understand you are giving them tea to be friends so that they may not bother you because you are snatching away their children. I say, I'm snatching away the children. Where? Where am I going to take them? And he laughingly said, Espinola. I never forgot that. Turf. Fight is on that basket, on beggar's basket, that turf. So what we are going to sing now then, that day, when we walk on heels, right? Remember what is the tune there?
Walking on heels.
Yaha, waha, something. What do they call it? Come on, lift on. Why are you a thief, you don't sing? Come on. Oh, no, let her sit, don't disturb the lady. As a man, you should have manners, never disturb a woman. What is this going on here? It's a Gurdwara here, every manner should be tested. Is that true? Now stand up, put it around your neck and sing, you are a man, stand like a man. You don't need to sit. Now give him this one thing. We can't clap, it is Gurdwara, remember some manners. Otherwise you will be discharged and Akal Takht will call me to explain a great misconduct. This thing, one thing wonderful happened. We were 2 days in Punjab, and believe me or not, it gave a new life to 11 million Sikhs. They saw a fantastic thing. that 160 people from America visited the Golden Temple. And they saw a great thing. The Prime Minister of India publicly apologized for all the tragedy for us and not being allowed to visit the Golden Temple. And there were a lot of promises. Programs are being made, we are going back again. This time will be elaborate. And we'll show the strength. And those words will come true. There was a man who walked to the shores of this land and he said, I have come here to create teachers and not to collect students. And one day the Western people who are considered untouchables shall be spiritually so well trained and so great they shall be. They shall go to the lands of Ganga and Jamuna to bless the souls of those who are asking for redemption. And today we repeat those words in honor and memory of that man who came and said so. And that is the history of America. We shall go to all lands to bless people, inspire their spirit, uplift it, and we shall never be treated as untouchable, and no scripture shall be secret to us. And we shall never go to the airport of New Delhi with thousands and thousands of dollars and come back totally empty and giving it to all Swamijis and Yogijis. And in America also, all the Swamijis and Yogijis will run their own personal businesses and pay their taxes, and then pay the swan, or total the swan like me, that will be fun. And these are the credentials which Americans like to have. These are the credentials laid down by Guru Nanak. And what else? Sing! National song. If he cares to remember it.
To protect
Nobody made us seek. We are self-initiated. We were initiated by our soul, by the spirit of the miracle of Guru Ramdas. If anybody would have given us the whole United States, we would not have tied a turban on our head. I can bet with you. If anybody ever offered you all these sexual and sensual pleasures, you would not have got up in the morning at that Panoma, where is that cold water, and dumped 3 o'clock, Peonia. Nobody for anything would have asked you to jump 3 o'clock in that coldest water, that little thing going. You would never taken a bath. And you don't want to even take it now. That I know. We came into existence by the pure will of God, by His grace and by His blessings. Nobody initiated us. We were initiated by our own spirit, and nobody taught us anything. Guru came to us and taught us everything. We do not understand as human beings. We believe in the subtlety of the Sri Guru Granth, the Shabd Guru. All knowledge shall come to man when the subtle body, the career of the soul unto the destiny of the end, becomes the style of the life. Today I wanted to celebrate the richness of the start. I want to set the meter of this holy congregation. I wanted to remind you that we owe the 19 million people who left their body to give us the existence. I wanted you to remember in these streets of Taos and New Mexico, the most beautiful young people with the prettiest faces who are stiff by the coldness of the night, and the body has left the pranas. I wanted to let you know, these were our songs and these shall remain our songs. And these are the basic songs and the initial initiative songs which brought us the Bani of the Sri Guru Granth. Don't forget it. And just remember these words of mine today, as 25 years I said, the age of Aquarius shall come, it has come. That these songs and these of you shall take it to all over the world. World shall unite under these words of love, truth, service. Man will be again pure, and the piety shall rule. And forgiveness, compassion and kindness will be the principal attributes of human, not the vengeance. Man will be contained, content and caring, not competing, clumsy, crazy. This is the time to change. And one thing you taught me, which is in my heart, which I never heard before, which today guides me, and it's about happiness. I believe happiness is birthright of the man. How can the perfect created the perfect is not happy? Every man is happy, should be happy. And honest to God, I pretend and act so well to be unhappy just to invoke the relationship. Because when you come to me, you're very unhappy, angry, unhappy, and the moment you enter, the aura tells me the whole story. I don't have to ask a question. And I start shivering and squeezing and becoming smaller and smaller. God, the atom bomb has come. Now what's going to do? You know what I mean? But you taught me something how to deal with it. And that was the happiness runs in a circular motion, right? Remember that? Let's sing that. That That saved me from this United States agony. And I hope it will save you.
Happiness surrounds in a circular motion. Life is like a little boat upon the sea. Everybody is a part of everything anyway. You can have it all if you let yourself be. Why, oh, because. Why, oh, because. Everybody understands every little motion. Life is like a little boat upon the sea. Everybody is a part of everything anyway. You can have it all if you let yourself be. Why, oh, because.
You see, you never expected that I will come and speak to this gathering and we'll end up like that. You expected a very sober, religious, high-grade, well-manufactured, phony talk, promising you God and making you understand everything is perfect and leave your wallets here. Well, I had never done that. I don't know how to do it. I just wanted to let you know, you are the most beautiful, bountiful, and blissful, though you know you are not. Because God created you as He knows, and you created yourself as you know, so there's a conflict. You understand what I'm saying? You have a conflict in yourself. God created you as God created you, expecting as it is to be, and you created yourself as you want to be. You are punching with God, He's punching you. God knows who's going to win this bout. But as I am concerned, there's no need to fight with God. Please don't. You can't stand His punch. He's too big. Guru Arjan says in Sukhmani, how the child can know the father. जाने जन्म पिता का भूत, how the child knows the date of birth of this father. How you know that God is infinite? And the problem I want to tell you, or let me be very clear with you, God is beyond God, is para par brahm parmeshwar paramatma, is beyond Himself. He knows Himself. We suppose He knows Himself. According to my understanding, He doesn't know Himself because He doesn't have to. He has no competition. God has nothing to compare with. How He knows? Things are known as by comparative reality. Is that true? And God has no comparative reality. How can He know? And how can you know who doesn't know who is know not? What is this religion has been teaching us all this time? And Guru Nanak said, "Thappe na jaye, kita na hoye, appe aap narinjan soye." You can't establish Him. You can't have Him. And He's by Himself. And He's very potent, very powerful, and extremely potent because He cannot create another God. What the problem with you people is that you are creating another man. God created you as a man, and you are man of God. Now you are creating other man. You are man of ego. You are serving your ego. There's no ego, there's no amigo. You are creating your own self. You don't trust in God, you don't believe in God. It's written in dollar bill, God will. Trust and trust it. Every man is trying to create his own man. Every woman is trying to create her own woman. No, God created us all. Today, let us dissolve our own resolutions and agenda, and let us start this summer sasas with love, affection, with smiles, with greetings, with openness. And let me conclude with the one thing. God has given you length. You have to give yourself the breadth. God has given you the length. You have to give yourself the breadth. What you are doing is God has given you length and you are stretching that length. And you are asking for misery. Give yourself the width. God give you, then the relationship is established. Please remember, we are here to start an era, to start an age, to celebrate his first 21 years of cusp. We are here to celebrate that we are the pioneers, bad and good. We are the pioneers of the Dharma. Let's bow our head in prayer and let us open our hearts and let us walk on this blessed land for a few days in spirit. With these words, with likes and dislikes, with love and hatred, with your affection and understanding, I hope you will carry the Guru's words to the all far-fetched lands. You will cross the boundary which has never been crossed. You will touch the boundaries which have never been touched. You walk into the hearts which have never been opened. You will shake hands which hate to be shaken. You will come and bring people out of their holes so they can be holy. You will pull people out of their hides so they can save their hide in the eyes of God. This is what I could say to you. And you will never be blessed if you will not been 10 times better than me. You should be smart, learn the art, and bypass, and go across, and hail the word, and heal the creations. It is your job, and what you are actually going to say, hail Guru Ramdas, and heal the world. Actually, what it is that you have to hail the whole world, elevate, uplift everybody. Everybody shall be healed. Take a person from his lower self, from his ditch, and raises the pitch so it can be just up there. The one mantra of the age of Aquarian is keep up and keep up everybody. And by the words of the Guru, it is called Chaddi Kala. Never let down yourself and never let down anybody. God shall serve you. He shall never let you down. With this wonderful spirit and with this understanding, in the presence of the Sri Guru Granth, we are here in gratitude, in joy, in happiness. And the Spirit of God is with us. And few days, the angels will be envy of us. The gods will be gracing us. And we'll be here to just give width to our heart. Open ourselves from the darkness and the closets where we are hidden ourselves to love, to respect, to grace everybody for the sake of our own purity, piety. May Sadguru, the true Guru, the blessed Guru, guide you on this path. May you understand that you are blessed children and you have a job to do. May you know in your heart that God belongs to you always, within and without. May your sorrows not touch you tomorrow. May your blessings be for all. May your happiness be shared. May your smiles give hope to others. That's the way of the Guru, and that's the way of the Sikhs. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.